Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. And today we have our Wildcat 3 still here, and we have Rosie Kerman. How you doing, Rosie? I think he wants us to go. So we're gonna oblige, and Rosie Kerman's a nice name, but we're gonna give him a little boost here in 3, 2, 1. So, as you might guess, we're probably heading back to Minmus. And Rosie looks a little concerned. A little scared. Don't worry, Rosie, we'll take good care of you. So, this guy is on his way to Minmus for another one of these awesome little science finding missions, I guess we can call them. Let's keep the throttling down a little bit, save a little bit of fuel here. And we gotta throttle up anyways. Whatever. So, let those go. And we'll begin to turn over in just a minute here. So now-ish, we want to start our turn. As normal, so we're on a kind of a normal Minmus incline here, so that we can get ourselves into Kerbal orbit first, and then onto Minmus. So, as you can see, we're drifting a little bit. It's a little worrisome. South, not going dead on. This little movement's costing me. That's pretty close. So we'll throttle down a little bit. We'll check our... I always hate how it kind of spins you around. It's never where it's supposed to be. Check our apoapsis, about 36,000. And we'll go back here. Just kind of want to make sure that we keep our fuel going strong. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit more along the horizon here. Keep in line with that. Alright, so now we're in orbit. Keep in line with this marker. 60,000, that's good. And when we get to our apoapsis here in about a minute, we will make our big burn. A little too big there. That's fine. That's fine. It's a little lopsided, but that'll do just fine. So we'll make our turn, and as we do this, we'll have to switch rockets real quick. And we do want to head eventually to Minmus. Okay, so we'll keep that like so. We have a lot of speed to kind of pick up here, so I'm going to burn a little early because this rocket is eventually going to kind of run out of fuel. So I'm going to start now. There we go. I just want to make sure we got that launch off in time. That did change our burn time a little bit because we lost a lot of thrust. So I do want to nose up here, so we're chasing our apoapsis a little too much. Get rid of that. That's not going to be of much use for us now. So nose up just a little bit to buy ourselves a little bit more time. Kind of keep it on this edge right here. And once I get to about another 600 meters per second, we should be good to go. You can see our orbit is starting to regularize as I stumble over my words. And our periapsis is about to spit out the other side here. very soon. We'll see it pop up. There it is. 50. Let's get this up to 70,000. That's not going to go that high. Okay. 60,000 it is. So now that we have our regularized orbit outside of the sphere of Kerbin's atmosphere, we can go ahead and find Minmus. There's the Mun, which we've already been to. We did it! Yay! Now, oh, what's that? I think I've been a little less than honest. So, what we have here, set Minmus as our target, is, let's go ahead actually, and if we can, kind of tab the Minmus, and we'll zoom in. We have 2 ships orbiting Minmus already, so we got ourselves a little convoy here. Tenfold breaker. But yeah, I've got 2 other Wildcat 3s already in orbit around Minmus. Jebediah is in this one, and Will Kerman is in this one. And their goal, should they choose to accept it, which they have no choice, they have to do it, is they're going to, with Rosie, each going to land in a different biome, collect enough data to get back here to, let's focus back. Oh, there we go. Here's our Wildcat 3. At least the one that we are piloting right now, with Rosie inside of it. But, oh my goodness. Oh, whoop. I totally didn't realize I had my thruster still on, and now that's way out there. Well, that actually will be beneficial to us in the long run, because I think we can eventually have a Minmus encounter at some point here. We'll have to wait a little bit for it to show up. Oh, it's a little too much. Didn't like that. Okay, so there we go. There's our Minmus encounter. So we'll have to wait a bit here to have this swing all the way back around. When we get back to our periapsis, we'll burn again, and that should put us right on target for a Minmus encounter in about 7 days, if we want to wait that long. Or I think maybe we can, no, not in 8 days. I want to make a maneuver in 8 days. Let's make a maneuver now. No. Why is this not letting me select that? Okay, there we go. Wonder if I can swing it back around this way. And that's only going to regularize our orbit. So if we do it at our apoapsis, we'll be able to get there quicker. But the problem is, if we do it at our apoapsis, we'll also have to expend a lot more energy to do it. So it might actually be better to wait that extra hour of time and wait for the periapsis to swing around here. I think I might be willing to wait for that. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll be right back when we are ready to make our burn. Alright, so we're back, and we're rapidly approaching, in 38 seconds, our node. These guys have been out here circling Minmus for a couple days now, waiting on orders to take a part in the landing. So let us wait no more, because it's going to take a while if we don't. So I'm going to go ahead and just real quickly here, I'll make sure we're perfectly aligned. You got about 10 seconds to go. So thrusters on. Just give ourselves a little bit more boost. Staying on the plane. Gotta watch that speed, make sure that we do not have an incident where we overshoot Minmus here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit of an overshoot. That's fine. That can be fixed very easily. All we have to do is swing around a little bit slowly here. That was weird. I don't know if I burned at the wrong time and it just didn't line up properly, but there we go. Oh, just overshot it just a tiny bit. Alright, stop. Stop, please. Thank you. So, gonna slow to a stop here on our retrograde marker. Very slowly pull this back in. There we go. I think that's an encounter. Do we have an encounter? No. Whoop, whoop, whoop. See, that's the tricky thing. We got to be about 3205. Looks like is where we're gonna have to be. Just at that spot. You can see it's trying. It's trying. It wants to. It wants to. It wants to have a. We're just shy of where we need to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this ever so slightly. Slow down, slow down, slow down. It's so hard to control this ship. I really do need to put those reaction wheels on here. I still don't know why I haven't done that. I'm just too lazy, I guess. Okay, so let's go up a tiny little bit if we can, please. There we go. Nice and stable. And there we go. Okay, perfect. Quick save as always. And now we wait. Well, you wait. I will fast forward and get us a little closer. So I'll be right back when we are within striking distance of Minmus and try to get us into an orbit so that we don't collide with the other two ships that are up there. Okay, so we're back. We're about to hit our Minmus encounter here in like 5 seconds. So this will change our trajectory and mark. Okay, so you can see our trajectory's changed as it always does. And now what we need to do is add a maneuver at the periapsis. So I've done this many times before. Just a retrograde burn at the periapsis will bring us into orbits around Kerbin or Minmus or whatever body that we happen to be moving toward. It'll be in a long elliptical orbit to start with. And let me go ahead and yeah, I think that's going to be clear of the other two orbits. So I think we're good. I'll quick save that. And our burn's going to be in about an hour, but through the power of time and space acceleration, we can do a little bit of our own manipulation of time to get us a little bit closer here. So now we're only about a minute away, and you can see there's our ship. We have quite a bit of fuel left. There's Minmus. So what we're going to need to do is turn this bad boy around and slow ourselves down quite a bit. So you can see that we need to lose 318.7 meters per second, and we're only going at 330.4, so we're going to be going at a snail's pace. The good news, the really good news, is that in space, a tiny little bit of thrust for a couple seconds can greatly change the speed at which you're traveling. So our burn isn't going to have to be that long. It says 12 seconds. I would imagine it'll be about maybe 15, 20 at most. So I'm not expecting it to be too long, but I'm going to go into kind of satellite tracking mode here so I can watch the periapsis and make sure that it does not come down too far into the orbits of the other two ships. I'm a little worried about collisions happening before I have the opportunity to land all three of these on Minmus. So fingers crossed this will work. And when we get back to our periapsis up here, we will fire off retrograde again and bring the apoapsis in a lot closer. So let's go ahead and burn a little bit just to get that started. So our estimated burn now about 9 seconds. So this is fine. We don't have to worry too much about it changing our angle of attack at the moment, because 3, 2, 1. Let's fire it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Slow down. Slow down. So yeah, 55 be plenty good for this for now. It did shift it a little bit off, but that's fine. We just want to get into a stable orbit. And now when we come back around to the periapsis on this side, we can add a maneuver, just another retrograde burn, to bring our apoapsis way down here. And it gets really shaky for some reason. I don't know if it's just the game is like calculating it and it's throwing a fit. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. That's good. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and get this into orbit, and then once we do that, we're going to switch over to the closest to the surface Wildcat, which is the one that is Will's, and we're going to try and make our first landing in our first selected spot on the surface of Minmus. So I will be right back. Alright, so as you probably have figured out, we're bringing Will in for his big landing on Minmus, and what is, I believe, if I remember right, this is the, no, I wanna crew report near Minmus, so observed mystery cruise. Does this tell us where we are? No, it's in space near Minmus, so we'll reset the experiment. We'll save that for when we have the 3R ready, which may not be for a while. I've run into some problems trying to set that up. But basically, we're just slowing ourselves down with the boost from the... Okay, so that just changed over from... I think just changed over from orbit to surface, which means our velocity has shifted a little bit. And we're still kind of skewed, but we have some time. I'm not too worried at the moment. Probably begin to see the... Can I do a crew report now? No, we're still in space near Minmus. So as you can see, the angle at which we are decelerating to a retrograde is changing. We want to kind of keep up with it. Don't want to burn too fast. But we're pretty much straight up and down now, so that's pretty good. There we go. That's perfect. That's about as perfect can be. And we're coming down here in these greater, I think these are the greater flats, if I remember right. And then there's some flats up here and some flats down here, I think are different flat biomes. So what we might do is we might just hop from here to over there real quick and get a double shot of science out of this, because we can carry back multiple surface samples and EVA reports and crew reports and whatnot. This is looking nice. This is looking really nice, actually. It's looking like a really good landing. Just gotta watch our speed and make sure we don't have any lateral movement once we get closer to the ground. Don't see my shadow yet, which would be indicative of us getting really close to the ground. Begin to see that soon, I think. there it is, right there. You see that little dot? That's kind of this little dot right here. That's our shadow. So that means we're getting pretty close. And we've actually got a really good landing spot here. So I'm very proud so far. We just got to bring this home. See, textures are starting to roll in, so getting really close. Watch the speed. Let that come a little bit more down. We also have to make sure we're not too close to the surface, because if we're too close to the surface, then we will get a little closer. Actually, kind of power ourselves off of the Careful now. Careful. Careful. Little baby thrust. Little baby thrust. That's all we need. Don't need a whole lot. Just want to make sure our speed is reasonable, and that we're pointed straight up and down, which we are. Cut our speed one more time before we land, and boosh. Oh, we bounced a little bit. But yeah, we made it. Awesome. So Will is in the Greater Flats, and I don't know where Jazzy Jeff is. Haha, or Carlton. That's a Fresh Prince reference. For those of you who don't get that. I almost say South Park. Jesus. That would have been pretty dumb of me. But crew report from the Greater Flats. Go ahead and transmit that. Let's get Will the EVA. EVA report. Keep that data. Board. And while we're here, we might as well get a temperature reading if it wants to cooperate. Oh. No, we don't take the data. We do. So let's actually board, because I don't think we can do it outside. So observe our mystery goo. Keep the data on that. Observe materials bay. Keep the data on that. Log our temperature. Keep the data on that. Our new seismic accelerometer. Log seismic data. Faint seismic waves are detected. Keep the data on that. And then this one as well will log the seismic data on that. Keep the data. And can't log pressure data because there's no atmosphere. So let's get Will out here. We'll take the data out of there. No, I don't want to do that. So collect the data out of there. Collect the data. And can we come down here and collect this data as well? Once we're take the data, we'll take that data as well. And the reason we have to take that data because cancel. Oh, it's already stored in there. Okay. Maybe we could try to land this whole thing back on Kerbin and try to save ourselves a little bit of hassle. So seismic scan, EVA report, temperature scan, material study. A whole bunch of science up in here. Excellent. Let's EVA out. Grab on. Come on down. Jump off. And boop. You made it, Will. Congratulations. You are now the second Kerbanaut on Kerbin. Good job. Grab our surface sample. Keep that data. EVA report. Keep that data. And I'll go ahead. Oh, that was cool. She had like a 360 no scope jump. But I'll go ahead and keep that data. And I'm going to fly around a little bit and see if I can't go ahead and go over here and get some data with Will. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so yeah, you are not seeing double here. I am actually trying to land a second time here on Minmus. So hopefully I can get this straight up and down with as little lateral movement as possible. Don't want to cut that too close because otherwise I will stall out. You can actually, that's actually what happens really, is you stall out and basically you end up thrusting yourself back up to the surface. No bounce, no bounce, no bounce. Oh, baby bounce. So, this should be the flats. Keep that data. And can EVA. Can EVA report above the flats. Keep that data. Board. EVA Will again. Have him come on down. Can actually also... Oh, can't do that from here. That's right. So let's observe the mystery goo. To goo from the flats. We'll log temperature. Keep that data. And then we'll log the seismic data on both ends here. Keep all that data. And now we'll EVA him again. Take the data out of there. Collect the data out of there. Remove that. And can I come back up here and grab that then? Ah, we already have that one. So we'll EVA him again. Climb on down here real quick. Let go. Ah! Ah! Bonk. Ooh, that was nice. Will, you did a good job there, buddy. So have him walk underneath the lander legs. Can I get him to give us an EVA report? Keep the data. Take a surface sample. Take a surface sample. Keep the data. And up we go. Oh, careful, careful. Oh. Oh. How did you do that? You silly goose. He's gonna kind of have him shimmy on over here. See if we can't get a tiny little bit of boost. Just get him close enough here. Oh, he bumped into it. That's why I get him close enough so he can... Oh no. Dude, you have superhuman strength. You realize that, Will? Oh, whoa, whoa, careful, careful. Yeah, screw it. Screw it. Screw it. We'll just land the whole thing. I may have to change how I put those seismic thingies on there, because they're kind of... Oh, dang it. It does that every time. It just shoots you straight up when you grab it with any sort of momentum. Whoop, 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 whoop. Careful. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to get Will back on his ship, and then we'll put him back into orbit. And actually, we'll send him home, and then we'll just have Rosie and Jebediah to worry about. So, yeah, we'll get to those two next time. But, Will, you have done us proud, buddy. You are great. Grab that. And board. Actually, can I get down here and grab this now? Yep, there we go. Seismic scan for Minmus's flats added. There we go. And we'll just take Will home now. So I will quick save as always, and away we go. So I'll see you back on Kerbin. Alright gang, so we're approaching splashdown here any second, and there we go. Again, the Science Junior explodes, but that's alright because we don't have a need for it. So let's recover our vessel and see what science we get. Wow. Yeah, quite a bit. So that is insane. I don't even know where to begin. So maybe we can... Yeah, let's go ahead and unlock the... Do I want to unlock the advanced science sec? I'll think about it. But, yep, we have returned successfully from Minmus with a whole bunch of stuff, so that'll do it for today. I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of the debris that we left behind here in the splashdown zone. Just make sure we got all our science. We did. Good. I'm just going to recover a lot of this debris that's left over from the stuff that I had in space. But keep in mind, we still got 2 more ships sitting around Minmus ready to go. So, I think next time, Jebediah is going to be our man. Right here. Going to be heading down to Minmus to a new biome to explore and scientify all the things. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time here on Kerbal Space Program.